What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode with me on Naija. Now, do me a favor. I don't want anything from you guys this Christmas season. Yes, I'm not expecting much. I just want this. I want you all to make a subscription up to 1,000 subscription. Yes, that is my Christmas gift this session. In fact, this year, this is the Christmas gift I want from you. Let's just make it 1,000 subscribers. Yes. All right. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. I want to welcome you guys to another episode with me on Naija. And as we all know, on this YouTube channel, I teach you how to make money. Yes. Teach you different ways you can make money online and offline. So if you are interested in this journey with me, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and also like the video. Yeah, I want you all to do that. Yeah. All right, so we'll be looking at lucrative farming businesses you should invest in this next coming year. Yes. All right, so I've been looking at some things I've been looking at some businesses that we should look out for. If you want to become a millionaire before the year ends in 2022. So I'll be talking about some lucrative farming business. The top one, when I mean the top, I mean the best one you can invest your money in that will yield enough profits for you. Now, some of these business are not just being said because they are being said. I've at some point invested in these businesses, so you have nothing to worry about, as I'll be speaking mostly on the experience I've gathered so far in the business, and now you can scale up, if you understand what I mean, how you can increase profit in this business massively. I would also like to say that some of these business do not require huge capitals, but I would also like to inform you that the more capital you invest into these businesses, the more profit you would make from the business. So it's as simple as that. So let's go into it right away. What are these top lucrative farming business you should make sure you invest in or start in 2022? These are my top 10 list. Now, before the end of this video, I'll be telling you the one that is less capital intensive and at the same time will be yielding you the highest profit. So you might want to watch out for that. All right. First here is poultry farming. Now, I went into poultry farming before the end of 2019, I think. Yeah. And I did a test run, I must say. I started a farm. I went into turkey farming. I went into cockerels, that's the white male chickens. I went into layer beds, and I must say, from these top three, after doing them for about 2 to 3 years now, I would say that the most profitable amongst these three is layer beds, because one, you would always sell the eggs they lay, that is regularly, depending on the number of birds you have. You would always sell the eggs regularly, and when they are done laying also, you could also sell these birds and make money from it. Now, not to say that the others don't make profit or the others will not earn you huge money. They will, but they will not as much as you doing layer birds farming. This is my own opinion. So poultry farming is one of the businesses that will never go extinct, and this is because you would always see people that need meat or egg. Now, the second one I have here is catfish farming. I've not done catfish farming personally before, so I wouldn't be speaking on this from my experience, but I would say that I have friends that have been into this business for a while now. So, and one of the risks about this business is you need to, acquire a huge tons of experience before you start. Aside from that, also you need to get a good water. When I mean water, I mean a good source of quality water. Water is like oxygen to birds. If the water for your fish farming is bad, your fish will die, which will in turn bring you losses instead of profits. So to start this fish farming, you could buy fingerlings depending on how much you could afford. You will need to create a pond also. So we have different type of ponds. We have earthen ponds, we have trampoline ponds, we have concrete ponds. You will need to gather your capital on this. But however, to start a small scale fish farm, you will need an average of 200,000 to about 400,000 naira. Remember, all these are all encompassing. Now, fish farming business is very lucrative, and this is because fish is very important, just like meat. So people eat fish because it's a good source of protein. So if you are not selling your fish live, you could also smoke them, and if you're not smoking them, you could sell them to restaurants, you could sell them to hotels, you could sell them to people, all these sellers that usually sell live catfish in the market. You could sell it to them. The need or the demand for fish is unending, so it's a very, very lucrative business. In fact, I know people that have become millionaires through this business. I know them, and this is because they've been doing fish farming. Meanwhile, they've been doing this fish farming for years. At least the person I know now, I've been doing this for over 12 years. So this is a business you really watch out for. Now, if you're considering a business that wouldn't give you much stress, or a business that is not demanding, a farming that is not as demanding as poultry or fish farming, I would strongly advise that you go for dog breeding. Now, when I'm talking about dog breeding farming, I'm not talking about these local dogs that walk around the streets of Lagos or Nigeria. I'm not talking those ones that you chase, that they put their tail in between their legs. No, I'm talking about good breeds, dog with good breeds, dogs that are in high demand in Nigeria. We have the Alsatian breed, we have the Chow Chow, we have the Pit Bull. Many of these dogs are in high demand, especially by the rich folks, for pets and for security or guard reasons. So you could buy these dogs as puppies, raise them till they reach mating age or maturity and mate them. The art of dog breeding simply means the art of multiplying dogs by mating them. Now, you should try as much as possible when you're into this business to avoid mixed breeding. Always breed your dog with the same breed. The purer the dogs, according to their genes, the more money you would make. Now, you wouldn't expect somebody to buy an Alsatian dog that has already been, that is having a mixed breed or some other quality of some other dog species at the same price they would sell a pure Alsatian dog, if you understand what I mean. So to start a dog business is very, very expensive, especially when it comes to this high or pure breed. You will need a huge capital ranging from 300 to 500,000, and also you will need the time to breed these dogs, the time to raise these dogs from puppies to adulthood before they start making money for you. So if you ask me how much will I make per puppies, now dog have huge high rates. Yes, for a dog, a female dog now could have up to 6 to 12 puppies for you, and you could sell one of these puppies ranging from 40,000 to 80,000, and now multiply those things. Do the numbers. This is clear. Now let me move to the next one I have here. The next one is snail farming. I have done snail farming business and I can tell you that the money in that business is crazy. The only thing is that when I started the business, I was a bit restricted and my attention was more on my poultry, so I couldn't make more, or should I say I couldn't make the amount of money I wanted to make. If you are going into snail farming, I will tell you that you really need to learn how to rear snails. Yeah, of course, forget all those things that they tell you that just put them in one corner and they start multiplying. No, for you to make your snails breed, for them to lay eggs, you have to put them in a condition that makes it look like they are in a natural environment. So we have different type of snailry that you can build for your snails, and there are different type of snails also. So you need to know that we have the AFs, we have the AA, which is Achachina aginata, we have the AM also. So we have about 3 breeds of these snails. However, you could make findings. I won't restrict you to rear a particular one. Just make sure you make findings of the one that is in high need or high demand in your area, and you start breeding. So I wouldn't also advise you, when you want to go into this business, to buy snails from the local snail sellers in your market. No, don't buy snails from them. Those snails are stressed. Yeah, so simply buy the snails from a snail farm. Yeah, buy the snails from a snail farm to increase your productivity rate or your breeding rate. Now the next one is cassava farming. There's a saying that cassava farming is a kind of farming that makes people think that you did blood money. There's a reason for that. Now, if you have an available land and the soil texture is good for cassava farming, I would really advise you to invest in cassava, especially during this period that there's food scarcity. There is low exports of food and imports of food. Your cassava will be doing a lot of good to the Nigerian market and to the foreign market. All you need is a little capital to invest into cassava farming. That is, you need a little capital to buy the seeds or the seedlings of these crops before you start the business. Now, a bag of cassava would go ranging from 25,000 naira, I think, to about 35 to 40,000, if I'm still correct. So, but you can check by yourself to find out. That's how much you could make from a bag. Now, also, you need to know that a single plant of cassava could have a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 15 tubers. So that means if you plant 50 to 100 seedlings of this cassava, imagine how much you will get when it is harvest period. And think of this on a large scale also. Let's say you have an acre or you have 2 plots of land, and this is what you're solely doing. You will be making your money year in, year out. Trust me. So the next one here is parrot breeding. Now this is very rare. It is very, very rare. I guess that's also part of the reason why these birds are very, very expensive. Now in countries like India, you could buy parrot for few cents or few dollars, because India breeds parrots like crazy. But in Nigeria here, the other day I saw 2 parrots that I wanted to buy from all these Ebook guys, and I was just asking how much it was, and the guy was telling me that I should bring 20,000 naira. Imagine. And this is not even a grey parrot. No, it's not the African grey parrot. This is just this parakeets that usually make all these common sounds, so to say. So, and later on, I was doing my findings. I realized that there's someone in my area that rears these animals on a big scale, and he sells them in pairs, sells them male and female. This guy breeds these parrots like crazy, and he's making his money. And he's not even, he doesn't wear all this tie and suit I'm going to look for job. People look for him. He sell these pets, these exotic pets, to rich people, get them delivered, market them online, get them delivered to these people's doorstep. So if you're really you're looking at 2022 as a year you want to make your first million, you should consider this business. Now, where would you get parrots to breed? I guess this is the next question on your mind. Depending on where you're listening to this video, just make your findings and look for people in that area that are into parrot business and buy parrots from them. You could start with 4 parrots, that is 2 males and 2 females, or 1 fertile male and 3 females, depending on what you want, and start from then. Mind you, for them to breed, you need an environment that would make them feel that they are in a natural environment. So you should consider that. Next one is pig farming or piggery. There was a time I visited someone and I saw pig in the person's area, and I saw about, if I can still remember, I saw about 12 piglets, so to say. So, and the person was telling me that this is how this pig gives birth, that once it doesn't give birth to anything less than 10, and once she nurtures her piglets to the right age and they have some sort of independency, she gets pregnant again. That's how it is. And I've also watched so many YouTube videos of people that have pig in their farms, and they've been telling different stories on how they make huge profit from pig farming. They even make profit from selling pig's waste. Can you imagine that? So the next one here is tomato farming. I've done tomato farming before, and I must tell you, this is another good lucrative farming you should consider. Now, the best thing about tomato is that one piece of tomato has about 50 seeds to 100 seeds. Now, you could plant just this piece of tomato seed. When you plant the seeds, it will give you a basket or 2 baskets of tomatoes. Because when each of those plants grow and they start yielding tomatoes, you would count, in fact, uncountable. And the best thing about this kind of vegetable farming is that it doesn't require water. So if you are in an area that there is not enough water for farming, you should seriously consider tomato farming. Now, when I did mine, then I sold some, I gave some out, and we also, in fact, that was during the lockdown period, and I must say it really blessed I and my family, and it really made some sort of income for us during that period. So you should consider this, especially if you stay in a dry area or you live in a state in Nigeria that water scarcity is on the high. You need to consider this farming. The next one is cattle farming. Do you have one free money somewhere and you don't know what to do with it? You're considering what you should do with it. I seriously think you should use that money to start cattle farming. Now, I wouldn't advise you to do a free range because of government regulation on free roaming or free ranging. So I would strictly advise that you make sure you have somewhere you could be rearing these cattle. Now, if you have capital of about 500,000, you could start with 3 or 4 cattle. You could start with 2 females and 1 male, and you could also start with 3 females and 1 male, or 4 females and 2 males. So depending on how much your capital can afford. Now, the best thing about these animals is that they eat almost anything. When I mean anything, I don't mean they eat waste, but it means that as long as that thing is a grass or is a byproduct of a food, they would eat it. They eat things ranging from grass to corn to leaves, cocoyam leaves, and the likes. So, and the best thing about these things also is that they breed not massively, all right, not massively, because at least they give you one baby cow per each birth, or maximum of 3, but at least it's still something. Imagine when you're able to nurture these cows into adulthood. I hear now that the minimum price they sell a big cow is ranging from 300 to 500,000. So however, you will need someone that you would pay to be helping you watch these cows, especially if you have other businesses you're running or you don't have time. You would need somebody. You could get all these Fulani guys to read them for you, and you pay them a salary of 20k monthly, or you could get someone you know that is experienced in such and pay the person that same amount. Now the next one here, without wasting much of our time, wow. Now if you listen to this video to the end, I must say you should clap for yourself, because now I'm going to expose the secret to you. The next one I have here now is vegetable farming. Now another best thing about vegetable, and when I mean vegetable, I mean all types of vegetables. I mean carrots, I mean tomatoes, I mean shoko, I mean the bitter leaf, I mean the water leaf, I mean the ugu, also known as pumpkin leaves. I mean it's all encompassing. So if you're thinking of a business that doesn't require much water, a business that doesn't require much capital from you, you should seriously consider vegetable farming. In fact, I see vegetable farming as one of the businesses that you don't need to spend too much, yet you will still make your millions. Yes, as long as you have people that are ready to work with you on this journey. So that's that on all these farming businesses. Start something today. Start something today. All right, subscribe if you have not subscribed, like the video if you have not. What else? Share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.